In this video, let's go through 5 quick drafting and operations tips in Civil 3D that might help with your productivity in your work. The first one we're going to cover is the trim and extend commands. If you use the standard trim and extend command, you may not know that there is a mode down here. And by default, it is in the standard mode, or in the quick mode, excuse me. If you switch it to standard, and I select both these objects and hit the enter key, I'm running the trim command, I can trim like that. And we may all know that. But if I hold the shift key down, it transitions to the extend command, and then I can choose this object and extend them together, just that easy. So if you wanted to do that and you didn't want to do the fillet command or the fillet command uh, to join them and you wanted to keep them separate, you could do it that way. And now I tested this, and you control Z. If I flip my mode back to quick, you don't really have that ability. The shift key does something a little different. If I hold shift, you see how it's trying to trim? If I hold shift, it does activate the extend. So it does switch it to the extend command. So now if I've extended it, I can trim that. So that's can be done in standard or quick. Our second tip, in the same vein of extending and trimming, if you ever wanted to extend a line to a contour line that's from a surface, and if you try to use the standard extend command, you may know that you cannot choose that object. I'm going to switch it to standard. I cannot choose that object to extend to. So, but if I right click and go to AC Modified Tools and choose Extend, this is a different command. And you just follow the prompts. So if I choose the object I'm wanting to extend, and I come down here, you can see it creating this X line over here on the top left of my screen. And then I choose an approximate location, and it will extend to it. And you can do that with just about anything. But that keeps you from having to draw that line if you were doing old school and tracing over it, so that you could extend to it, save you a little bit of time. And our third tip, if you've ever had an X reference in your drawing and you wanted to get the object out of the X reference so you can manipulate it, maybe from a topo or something, you can do that using the end copy command to select the object and hit the space key. And you can step through choosing a base point and a paste point, and it brings it in active as an active object. I'll control Z out of that. If I activate the end copy command again, and just select the object, and then I just hit the escape key, it automatically copies it about its same point without a base point. So that's how you can copy something out. If you ever wondered what layer something was on, you can use the XList command and select an object from an XREF, and you'll get this limited dialog box. So it tells you its layer and what the object type is. So if you're needing to know what layer something's on, so maybe you can turn it off um, in a layer controls, that's one way to do it. And our fourth one is a real easy one. If you're like me and you have a grading plan, and maybe if I shift and hit my pan wheel and you're tilting over and looking at things in 3D, is if I did this tilt and I do nothing else and I say, oh, it's good, and I just want to get back to my top, you can come up here and go to custom view and choose top, or I can just type ZP for zoom previous, and it'll go right back that way. You can do that as long as you don't scroll in and scroll out, because if I do this and I type ZP, you can see what it does. So it just zooms to the previous extent in rotation. And then on our fifth one, I'm going to activate my in-text command here, and I'm going to place some text. Just put test here. And as you're probably aware, it puts your in-text on whatever layer you're actively on. I'm on the scratch layer. There's a command called text layer. And if you type in a value of a layer, so I'll put it on C and O, what that's going to do now that it is set, if I do in-text again, it will place all text that I place on the described layer, no matter what my active layer is. So that's a good way to make sure you don't end up with text all over. There is a similar command for called dim layer. And as you can tell from this example, it does not retroactively do it. So something for you to keep in mind in your template preferences and profiles. And that's it for this video. hopefully these will help you. And if you liked it, please click like and feel free to subscribe.